I didn't hear that. Which air conditioner's out? You're kidding, right?
It's okay. What's that term again? Answer going in. Technically, it's kind of I'm going to use this term loosely. It's
morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to welcome everybody to our August 7th Commissioners Court meeting. Let the record reflect that we have a quorum. All the commissioners are here. I'd like to call the meeting to order. Ask them to please stand and join me in the praise for all time.
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. On the Texas flag, I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Lord, we thank you again for another day. We thank you for our many, many blessings, Lord. We thank you for keeping your hand upon us, leading us and guiding us, God. We ask that you have mercy and grace upon us, God. We ask that you allow us to do the work for the county and be in honor of you. And God will give you the praise in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Amen. Item number 4, public comments. Mr. Deeter.
Good morning, Your Honor, Commissioners. I'm a little teed off about your little shenanigans at the last Commissioners Court when you went into executive session and you made decisions without full disclosure to us, the general public, the people who pay the bills, and some of the fury has been taken out of me because all of a sudden you made a change and you're not going to spend that $370,000 for radios that wouldn't even meet the criteria for what is needed. I'm I'm a little peeved off because of the fact of the lands report was a situation that you decided upon without notifying the public until after the publication was out, and it greatly disparaged our county and the sheriff. And it seemed like this was a second occasion of you pulling a shenanigan over us with taking the money that belongs to the sheriff that is earmarked for the sheriff to pay for radios for the county. It's not the responsibility of the sheriff's department to pay for radios. That should be the county's responsibility. I was told the reason that you did that is because there's a deadline coming up as to the use of the grant, and I have a copy of a transcript of the April 3rd meeting where Chief King was talking about the increase in the salaries, but he was also saying that the next priority would be to hire additional deputies and staff for the sheriff's office, and last is purchase of vehicles, firearms, and safety equipment. Paragraph after that says that we may use the grant funds to increase salaries for those that are listed in Government Code 130. I furnished all of you a copy of what it says, and it says the counties may use grant funds to increase salaries for those listed in the Government Code above the established minimum amounts stated. So I'm happy that at this point you haven't stolen the money from SD 22 that's designated for the sheriff, and hopefully you're not going to do it because it would be the wrong thing to do, and I believe the people behind me and of the county will agree with me. Thank you.
Mr. McCollum?
Well, we've talked about the radios before, but anyway,
That's true, it's been on the docket many days. We went out and did, and got it. It's on there again, the first thing on. Do you have some
that's all.
second thoughts about how it got handled last time?
Well,
Go ahead.
I think we may be all on the same page. We'll find out. I don't know for sure. But what I'm going to tell you is I did a little research on at least on the mobile radio that you had listed that was in that quote. I got it from.
I don't know where you're going, but we're going to undo the purchase of the mobile radios because they're not what we thought they would get.
Okay. Well,
You probably can look at those spec sheets and tell that. Unless it said in giant letters, dual band, I don't know, a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 model from a 7, 8, 9, 10 model.
yes,
Go ahead.
that's the exact thing I was going to talk about. And I'll use the manufacturer's words. Okay, the mobile radio that you had listed, it says economy. Okay, that's like an economy car. It says you're going to go buy economy cars for the sheriff. I don't think that's right. But anyway,
I saw the price was $2,000, and everything we've been looking at is $4,000 or $5,000. It seemed like it was too good to be true, and it turns out it was.
okay.
We're going to go over some extensive options about which way to go, and I value your input because you done forgot more about radios than I'll ever know.
Yes, sir. Anyway, to go beyond that, I'm going to say those particular radios that were in the mobile radios that were in that spec or quote, they economy radios. There are thousands of them listed on eBay today for $999. Not discounting the fact that it's a pretty good little radio for its purpose. But that being said, I will say they make better ones. That same company does. I'm not going to ask you what company, but you need to look at all your options. Okay, there is different options out there, and I'll even tell you that right now, this whole mobile radio arena is very competitive. Matter of fact, Motorola, okay, a U.S. company, has been around for a long time. Not to say that L3 Harris has not been around a long time, but Motorola has a thing, well, they'll give you radios for free. Yeah, but you have to use their LTE network, okay? Your cell phone network. It's kind of like the cell phone companies give you a cell phone, Motorola will give you a radio, okay? Uses the LTE network, which is a good thing. It's like pay me now or pay me later. You pay it out in the monthly installs, okay? That may be what you want to decide to do. I can't go with that, but it's an option, okay? What you got to remember is the cell phone companies have pretty much built out their network. You don't have to build that network, okay? And as a matter of fact, the strange dealings is, as a citizen, our Congress has made it illegal for me to intercept radio communications on the LTE network. Okay, but it's secure. You can't even intercept cell phone communications. But if you go to, I'm going to say, public service communication bands, you can intercept those all day long. It's just a matter of how long before they decrypt it. Okay, just like internet. Anyway, glad to hear that it's all that way, but I was thinking different myself. This radio that was in that spec wasn't exactly the one that was, and I guess you stole all my thunder.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
Anyway, I appreciate y'all letting me talk, and hopefully we can come up with a good decision. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Item number 5, announcement possible discussion about public use which no action will be taken.
A lot of people know just when you check figure out how you can sit in bed, you get in the hospital, you get a lot better.
Yes.
Could you speak up, please? I mean, I've even got hearing aids and
He said Judge Blanchett was taken to the hospital the other day. He had double pneumonia and something else. I don't want to go into all his medical details, but he's doing a lot better. Is he home?
Still in the hospital.
He was still in the hospital yesterday, so we might want to y'all know him. He's a good fellow. We want to keep JT there in our thoughts and prayers.
I'd like to introduce our new assistant auditor, Catherine Hall. She is local. She is in the Precinct 1 area off of Robin Creek. She's formerly from Workforce, Texas Workforce.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I saw the light.
Yeah. Good to have you on board. I'm just itching to talk about the radios, but we got a fella that's going to talk about that. I don't want to misquote him or steal any of his thunder either. So. Guess we don't have anything else. I'm somebody asked me to get out of here. We probably our new election administrator, Ms. Walker. Let's see. Let's start with 21. Consideration, discussion, possible vote to approve the appointment of early voting ballot board judge and alternate for the November 5th, 2024 election. This is probably your first time to present since you were just appointed about 6 days.
It absolutely is.
Actually, the bond I just handed it to you, you still need to sign it. Can you sign it before? No.
Yeah, can we sign that? No, it's,
But in the future, if you got something you want us to consider, it sure will be helpful if we got it a little ahead of time so I can tell how to look at it.
yes, sir. I think I've already used those. Hang on, I'm using. Used that.
I mean,
Where's my quote?
6 days is, you're still, in 6 months, you're gonna be still learning every day.
So most everything that I've got on the agenda is just following up what
When
was,
you were fortunate to follow in the footsteps of someone that was methodically organized, and probably got everything you're supposed to do for the next 30 days, pretty much overstated.
no, she absolutely did.
Hang around the 32, we'll give you something else to do. Seems like, there's some new names, I guess, with change in leadership. There was changes in people that were, wanting to keep doing this, apparently, right?
For number 21, the early voting ballot board, the judge still stays the same. I don't have a need for the alternate.
Is it my brother? That's that, Mark, is it on?
Is that better?
Yes, ma'am. Oh.
I guess you're saying I just need to talk louder?
They're full forward to you. When the paperwork gets back down to this now. Move forward. Those of y'all that might not know, appointment of the early voting ballot board judge and I believe the judge is nominated by the Republican Party because that's who party the governor's part of, and the alternate is nominated by the Democratic Party. That's not yet. Don't have it, they didn't come up with an alternate. E.C. Jones is the alternate, is the proposed judge. You haven't found an alternate yet?
No, sir.
All right, can I get a motion to appoint T.C. Jones as the early voting valedictorian judge. Have a motion by Commissioner Brandon. Second by Commissioner Jacinto. Any questions? Precinct is T.C. Jones. I'm just curious, you know?
What precinct is she on?
Yeah, I'm just curious. 3, okay. Any other questions? All in favor say aye. Any opposed? The ayes have it, it's unanimous, 5-0. Item number 22, consideration, discussion, and possible vote to approve the appointment of Central County Station personnel, November 5th, 2024, general joint election for Texas Election Code Section 127.01, 03, 04, and 05. Following persons are submitted for to be considered for appointment of Central County Station. John Barcaloy, Judge, alternate Marcia McMurtry, Manager Sherry Walker, Tabulation Supervisor Elaine Thompson. Thompson without a P.
Without a P, yes, sir.
And an assistant tabulation supervisor, that'd be a part-time. Can I get a motion? I have a motion by Commissioner Brandon, second by Commissioner McAnally to approve the appointment for Central County Station Judge John Barnroy, alternate Judge Marcia McMurtry, Manager Sherry Walker, Tabulation Supervisor Elaine Thompson, Assistant Tabulation Supervisor whoever your part-time clerk is.
To be filled
To be filled.
quickly.
Everybody kind of moved over. Any comments or questions? All in favor say aye. Any opposed? The ayes have it, it's unanimous. 5-0. Item number 23, consideration, discussion, approve proposed quote for needed hard equipment to be purchased with funds from the election administration. Fees 78 fund, amount $14,775. Scott should put it in the day. Cost to be deducted from the written quarter.
The invoice that was provided showed includes shipping, but these items are approved.
I don't see an invoice. Where's the invoice?
No?
Y'all got somebody. ain't getting no better. I don't know, unless you send that directly out and see. So for the public, the 79 account, the 78 account, excuse me, is revenue that is received from the elections, and it can only be used for elections purpose, equipment, etc. So, and you're going to deduct the shipping and handling 1875 from this quote?
Yes, sir, because we will be going to training next week, and we'll pick it up and bring it back with you.
Good deal. Well, here it is. Let's make the motion to approve the 14,775. I have a motion by Commissioner Jacinto, second by Commissioner Brandon. We're talking about a VeriScan digital ballot scanner, $6,370. I guess they throw in the ballot box transport bag, there's no charge for it, a verified controller, or a verified dual polling place, $4,850, a verified Duo Go portable carrier with thermal printer to support mobile voting on Verity Duo, $1,620. License and support, annual license and support fee to align with contract, $315. Total $18,775. They estimated $18,775 of handling. Our election administrator is going to pick it up herself and save us $1,875. Any other comments or questions? All in favor say aye. Any opposed? The ayes have it, it's unanimous, 5-0. There's nothing that needs to be signed, but you know, physical on that. 24, consideration, discussion, possible vote to approve the proposed joint resolution and statistical information for the November 5th, 2024 general/joint election.
You can help pay for all that. The joint resolution will include the city of Shepherd and Willis ISD, Copeland Hillhurst ISD, Waterwood, Shepherd ISD. So it'll be big.
I get a motion. I'll make the motion. I have a motion by Commissioner Jacinto to approve the joint resolution, second by Commissioner Brandon. I'm sorry. Commissioner McNally. I do have a question, Judge. Go ahead, sir. On the Waterwood, what is the Waterwood? Is it the mud or is it?
The mud.
So, all right, at item 32, it may be something else to put in there. So I guess you can just bring it back and have another one.
If I remember correctly, she said that the ESD didn't have.
I made the motion to include it right now, I would say. I think all the issues have been resolved about the Waterwood current petition that's going on. I think it's just going to be a formality this morning, but I could be wrong. Sometimes I'm wrong about things like that.
From what I understood, there would be two issues with Waterwood, the mud and the ESD, correct? And I think one of them needed to be in the resolution and the other one didn't.
I don't know about the mud. I don't know what the mud has. Do you have anything with the mud?
They're planning an election of some sort.
Okay. Well, maybe so. That was already on Miss Shelley's radar, and that's why it's in here.
Yes, sir.
Today, We've had 2 petitions filed in Waterwood. Today is the one that I expect to be passed here directly, unless we get a real curveball thrown at us this morning. But I think it's going to. We'll find out a little bit. But I might suggest rephrasing the motion to include the Waterwood ESD petition number 2, to create Jacinto County ESD number 2. Conditioned on, if that thing doesn't go through this morning, then we'll scratch it off the resolution.
I'll amend my motion to say just what you said.
That's all right.
That's why I brought it up, because I didn't want to.
Absolutely. I have a motion by Commissioner, amended motion by Commissioner Jacinto, and seconded by Commissioner Jacinto. A little more forethought on my part with, handle the Waterwood thing first, but she asked me to try to get her out of here. She's just dying to get back to work. So, any other comments? All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it. It's unanimous, 5-0. So, guess I could, we can handwrite in here if we want to get a signature.
We've got such a long agenda, I could go type them in and
We
look
do.
back before you
I'm
go.
gonna pass it around, but if you want to do that, we'll certainly sign another one.
I can take care of it that way too.
Did I say for the record it passes 5-0? I think I did. All right, let's sign. We may have to sign another one if you've got time to go and correct that. Number 25, consideration, discussion, possible vote to approve the appointment of judges, alternate judges, for completion of the 2-year term to start September 1st, 2024, and be effective, then that'll make sense, through August 31st, 2024.
Their term is, there's 2 new judges that need to be approved from this list. And their term will expire when the other ones.
Well, it's 2 separate deadlines, is what you're saying?
Well, some of
This to start September 1st will be effective through August 31st, 24. That probably should say 25.
through August 31st,
We're
25.
talking about a negative time period of 24 hours. Otherwise.
Mine says August 25. So.
Okay, well. Okay, what's wrong with you? Y'all seen the list, the proposed list? Precinct 1, Ed Trump, alternate Cheryl Roden. Precinct 2, Caitlin Gerald, alternate Tammy Russell. Precinct 3, Minnie Zimmer, alternate Leslie McGrath. Precinct 5, no election judge named. Republicans, there's a Democrat named Patty Anderson. You know, if they don't furnish a nominee, the alternate slides over into the judge position. Number precinct or voting box 7, Sheena Bass, no alternate name. Precinct 8, Barbara Justice, that's an alternate, but that Barbara would slide over into the judge. Precinct 10, Lisa Worley, Stephanie Silcox, that's it. I have a motion by Commissioner McAnally, second by Commissioner Brandon. Any questions or comments?
Yeah. So where do the names come from? Does the vote can,
Each party provides it.
so I know that box 8, which is Oakhurst, the lady resigned when Vicky left, she left too. So,
That's why there's so many vacancies.
Right, there's quite a few of them.
We had a guy working there named James Walker. I don't know if they even talked to him, the line. He's already working there.
He's assured me that he's
You know what?
calling and he's,
It's not your Walker, it's different.
you know.
You're talking about the Red Walker up there near Riverview. Well, I mean, she's supposed to go with whoever they nominate. I'm not
I
sure.
mean, it's nobody there, is what I'm saying.
He doesn't have any names to fill in the hole. A lot of people decided not to come back when Vicky and Sherry resigned.
Barbara Justice was with Workforce and Chamber, and she's a go-getter. Very big.
The checks of this and box 7, but I guess that makes no difference.
Any other comments?
No, sir, I'm good.
All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it, it's unanimous, 5-0. That's everything, huh?
Yes, thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am. Well, back down. Yet? The hearing can't start till 10, because that's what we're supposed to. As soon as it gets 10, we're going to try to accommodate all of the constituents and water. Anybody else in a real time crunch need to get moving? What's that he gonna do? He fell pickle up, he just needs to sit there and deal.
I think that's some stuff on there about the jail. About the transfer switch.
Yeah, well, let's do that. Item number 26. Consideration, discussion, possible vote to approve the quote in the amount of $5,656.52 from Controls and Electrical Services. Is that for the transfer switch?
Yes.
That's good.
That's
It's under 50,000, you don't have to go out to bid, it's somewhat of an emergency anyway, but the jail, the transfer switch in the jail didn't function properly during the hurricane. It didn't automatically switch over, and you stop me if I misquote, but there is a manual override, and that's how when you came over, you flipped the switch and got the juice back on. The manual override at any point ever fail? Well, it was just a matter of somebody knowing how to flip the thing over, and there would have been all this darkness in the day, correct? That's what I figured it'd be more of this. Is that a new switch?
One new one, they're replacing the color
They're replacing the switch
on the color,
and the other.
and they're repairing the Cummins. The color's a 94, a 94. Color's a 94 on there. And they're replacing it, and they're repairing the Cummins.
Replace color.
Repair the Cummins.
The Cummins will keep running forever if you just keep them greased and all. Well, that's not talking about.
We did get one other bid, it was $7,000 something just for one switch.
Yeah, one switch. say?
What kind of warranty?
If any,
When they get all installed, I would suggest you get with whoever, at the jailhouse, take them over and show them how to work that dang switch. We won't have a whole jailhouse full of people with install.
What, 15 minutes?
Just say,
We tried it, I'll try it.
well, it don't hurt to, I know we all think we're irreplaceable, but if more than one person knows how to do it, I don't need to ask if we put that in motion, you can do that. By the way, I have a motion by Commissioner Brandon, can I get a second?
Second.
I have a second by Commissioner McNally. Any other questions? All in favor say aye. Any opposed? The ayes have it. It's unanimous. Appreciate you getting on this.
Did he ever, did we start, Wayne, we could start?
And he didn't give me a start date.
Well, let's get him on the phone today, let's see if we can get him. He's the same guy that works for the city of Shepherd, he goes there, he installed their generator.
Time is of the essence. Every day, that thing costs $5,600. That's about what a delay will cost us every day. That ain't the only thing we're waiting on to get the jail back going, but we won't be able to say that the electrical issues have been rectified.
All I have expedited.
And can I ask you a question, Steve, how much more y'all like on y'all's end of the maintenance to get it ready to go?
We're 95%.
Okay. So we get the electrical done on the master switch and y'all get y'all's other, the roof, maybe get fixed, we're ready to go?
Roof's gonna be fixed.
Then we're ready to go?
Yeah.
Okay,
Everything in the jail will be 100% fixed.
okay. Thank you. Well,
Probably this
that's what we're talking about, the roof.
Okay, any other comments? If not, I'll move on to number 27. Consideration, discussion, possible vote to approve the quote in the amount of $3,474.94 for kit to replace 4x4 flooring in cell seg 4 at Sampson. That's the rubber ring, they didn't shoot the rubber off the floor. Okay.
Just so you know.
They did something real similar to children, because they ain't got nothing in there, but I've seen it, somehow they're throwing it all to pieces. Did I have a motion by Commissioner Brandon? Second by Commissioner McNally.
What's did they give you a time on that when they can start?
All right, there's order the kit, we're gonna do it ourselves.
Okay, thank you.
Can't do that till we take a vote, right?
Yeah.
Any other comments? All in favor say aye. Any opposed? The ayes have it, unanimous, 5-0. These things are critical, and we won't be able to say these have been repaired. Mr. Gill, Commission Chairman, those are obstacles in our recertifying the bill for rehousing. So we won't get on these priority ones. Thank you very much for all your hustle. Now, item 28, consideration, discussion, possible vote to approve the quote in the amount of $11,200 to cut limbs around the courthouse and haul off behind DPS White Building. $11,000.
That's came down now to 9,700 because they came out there and cut it we were absolutely need to cut.
Were you talking about cutting all these palms over here in the boulevard? I think that's where you head. We're not cutting all the trees until they're dead. It says courthouse, but there ain't $11,000 worth of trees.
We got the street courthouse.
And left it, you're gonna hang down this, they're gonna fall.
It's 150 years old, it's been going on. No, it's a tree, the storm broke up.
Broke up,
It's a big layout, storm.
storm really.
And said we can have somebody come here and cut it down. $700 is what they're trying to get for that. $11,000 to cut down a tree.
It's not just the tree, that's all the stuff that's over at DPS. There's 9 trees trees down, and you got two that's this far from the building that needs to be done.
Are they dead? Are they dead?
The three ones that were laid down, yeah, they're all
I
dead.
think that one that ran across that DPS crews are still green, and,
Yeah, well, we cut that.
I mean, it did center it, then it hit another one that was parked out in the lot out there. I guess it was, anyway, that was the backup ride. Well, you thought that second.
So, price to cut the leaning tree has already been done.
That's less than what you did,
So is it? Is what it is?
$1,300. Which makes it 97.
So now then, we're looking at 9,700, just less than that.
You must be talking about some other trees than the ones that I seen laying on the car.
He's talking about cutting one right behind the building.
We got one
All what I'm trying to say, man, the only trees I saw when the storm come through were those laying over. For about $200, I'll take care of them. I got a good idea. Now, you must be talking about some other tree though.
There's 9 trees down there across the fence.
Across the fence, and I'm,
On our property, laying in the park.
They're on our property.
so is this something that you're gonna be able to claim on the $50 set all the way up on insurance?
What did they say?
I think that's gonna be.
The insurance said because we put cutting limbs around the courthouse, they were probably gonna bulk that. But,
We need to take that out.
yes, but I'm just saying what they called
We
and
need
told
a
me.
separate quote for that and for the trees at the DPS location.
Because they were gonna try to bulk that around the courthouse
That's
thing.
not including the cost of repairing the fence. Y'all need to look at it.
I said it.
I have looked at it, but like I said, there must be more trees than those the water.
9 trees. And you got two that's 18 inches from the, well, one that's 18 inches from the building.
Yes.
I would cut it.
It's already on the ground.
Oh, standing.
That's a whole different matter.
He's standing. Won't see
That
it.
$200 quote was for trees already on the ground. Just cutting them out.
It's a 100-foot job.
Three of them, there's my house.
Is it,
Yes.
it's in this.
He's just walking down the road. He's not here.
That was what he did. About $100 a tree, he put them where you look at it, ground check. So I'll make the motion to approve everything but the $700 for the courthouse. We need to take that off of this bid.
Yes.
You need to give you a whole other bid without that, because she's just saying, the insurance company is not gonna pay this, or not put it towards our $50,000 deductible because of that $700. So that needs to come off. And don't do it.
Just get another bid.
Just get another bid without the $700.
Or just have them take it off and separate, separate the two.
So I'm not even saying we would do it. We get 700 to cut one man. You said there's one limb that's hanging there.
There's one that's standing, if we cut it.
Well, I'm in the wrong thing. What about it, Sweeney? One limb, $700?
That's the new price out there today.
Chris will do it for $650.
Oh, yeah. It's on the ground.
I said one deal.
I can deal with it. The ones I saw, I didn't realize it. They must be like, you're afraid they fix the falls.
They're like this, on the ground, sticking out the door. Sticking out the door. Two, uprooted, although not the dog,
Yeah, I saw them.
I was gonna say, you have pictures in your packet of the insurance stuff that has all those pictures from DPS.
Oh, yeah? That was saved by Larry?
Yes.
for the courthouse.
For courthouse,
Okay.
I've got this big commission. Ask Mark.
The whole thing, it was easy, it's got David talking about.
And that's this guy?
Yes.
Still does for sure. Is that baby or something? It says baby.
So let me ask, are we getting bids that
There's just not a bunch of reach.
got insurance? Are we getting? Okay. Well, I was just saying, if we get them, we need to make sure the bond is got insurance.
It's really fine.
You see, this was already cut off at BPS, so I can say. Y'all probably cut that off somebody.
One guy laid out the front, was probably $2.
It's been down since the first.
So you understand we gotta take the courthouse off of here? You can't be over this bill. We're still ready to do it. So that was my motion, to approve this without the $700 courthouse.
That's not second.
So that'd be $9,000, right? You want me to get another bid for the tree?
You just need to.
Take it out.
Just the one lamp, right?
Yeah.
The dangerous one's all I'm worried about. I ain't worried about the other rock.
What is it? So,
$9,000.
that's all we voted to make the motion.
I second.
Who made the motion?
Mark.
Second by Commissioner Mars. Any other comments, all in favor? I just can't raise my hand. It's through 4-1.
Just so y'all can think about this, I just got this, close the condenser unit in that number one air conditioner over here, just blew out, we put $250 worth of freon in it just to heat. So we got to think about it.
How much was the quote?
For that one or the number one, same price. He said he can replace the condenser unit for $11,000. It's in
Have you replaced the one that we voted to do?
Yes.
Long ago? That's why it feels so good there. Now, the sister unit, you tell me is good.
Just blew out just the background without a leak. He put $250 worth of freon.
So why would we spend 11,000 or something on the evaporator, and her unit costs 16 or 17?
Just give it a shot.
There you go. Yeah, that's no option.
No, that's not on the court. Y'all want to handle it now, we can. If you want to wait, that's fine.
This other ain't on the agenda.
Yeah, on the agenda. What kind of warranty they give us on it? Do you know?
I hate to quote that without having it. It's probably in a quote right
Well, the compressor ought to have about 10 years. It says 5 years, 20 years on the heat exchanger, 5 years on the compressor, 1 year parts, manufacturer's warranty, 1 year contractor's labor warranty. 5 years on the compressor, that's it. Goodman don't make one of these, they on the residential, they give you 10 years on the one. I don't know. It's just bigger. They probably won't. Thank you so much.
And January 1, they're coming out with a new new system.
Looks like we get R22. So we'll be upgraded.
Yeah.
10 o'clock, yeah.
Right in the west. There's 5 copies there.
Tell us just. It's leaking Freon or something? It's the same age as the one we just had to replace, and you got the money in your budget to do it?
No.
$17,000.
They don't have that.
Your account, that's what it's for, it's big stuff. I mean, if you're up, ain't nowhere you can find in your paper, your budget, and all the.
I asked Ms. Wants to new sheet, so I'll look in there.
We're gonna have to fix it, but, just like.
Well, yeah, I think it make no difference. Sorry.
Is this the only bid you got?
Now, we got, oh, yes, it's the exact same bid as what we got on that, and we got 3 of just voted. I can call them other guys, and tell them come bid.
No, it's the same identical. I mean, that's why we were gonna do that.
Everybody else was $2,000 higher than you.
Might be a little cheaper, they don't use a boom truck this time.
Well, I don't know, it's still not going to be.
Not a fence.
Same, yeah, it's.
We got all the fences, each crackhead stealing the machine. Yes. Not a bad idea, we've had them slow before. Thank you so much.
You want me to move?
What?
We're gonna table that?
There's no stopping you from moving on.
Yeah, you guys,
I'll move on.
put it on your bid, take it out of your budget.
I would spend another $200 on it. Cram it together, we gotta fix it.
No,
All right, thank y'all.
yeah, put 3 on there. Put 3 on there.
Where's the free?
I like the way you put it, because we like to have a say in it, you know, and give you some guidance. I know you're a little reluctant to push that button on 17,000.
Quit putting 3 on there, all I said, quit spending money, let's get it fixed.
It's fine. Take care.
Yeah, this was 16 years.
How old is Cincinnati?
That ain't exactly when we got it finished.
How old is it?
Well, they were probably sit out there about 14, but they probably didn't
Get kicked
get
out.
down until 18, 17 or 18.
Was it?
They had put them on there, but they had been here then.
Yeah, they did.
not used.
No, they haven't been hooked up.
They were somewhere, they already, they started the warranty done before we were.
So they been out there.
Item number 29, consideration, discussion, possible vote to approve accepting road use agreement and right-of-way permit application fee for Bahia Pipeline Enterprise.
This is our standard bid we use for routing road use agreement.
Hey, I never heard of it.
It's in the same quarter that they ran last.
I got some hay that was Bahia, but that's.
They've
Is this a
also,
new pipeline or is it something?
they're running through the existing quarter.
Did they take over like Amcor of the district? Whoever wants to run the show, come on up.
We're gonna speak in unison, Judge.
Sir?
We're gonna speak in unison.
All right, stereo.
Like a choir.
Them tuned up.
Good morning, Judge Faulkner and Commissioners.
Yes, sir.
My name is James Garstoff, and this is Keith Caulfield. We're property owners, and I believe Keith's a voter in the proposed district area for ESD 2. We are here, first of all, I'd like to say appreciate the accommodation from Judge Faulkner and Commissioner Tuno in trying to make all the changes that we needed to resolve some of the conflicts that were there and jump through the hoops to make our timeframes. So thank you for that. We've discussed most of these topics previously as far as the benefits, and we'd like to go over briefly on those again. If it's not on again.
We had to run a new ad in the paper and all that stuff's been done, notice has been posted everywhere, the law required. Petition was timely filed, we looked at it, it looks, we had another meeting set today's hearing day. I think everything that's supposed to be done has been done. I think there's got about the same amount of signatures as you did before, right?
We tried, we had a shorter time frame to get those in, but we got.
Got over 100 though, right?
Yes, sir. Also, the new boundaries on this petition coincide exactly with the Waterwood Municipal Utility District, so it will be a reduced effort from the elections office, the Central Appraisal District, and the taxing agency as far as corroborating those same lists and not having to create separate lists for election and for taxing issues.
So it should be easier because they're going to use the same people that's in the mud district.
Same exact lists on both, on the property list and voter lists are identical.
So I think there was one issue before with it being, we have to sustain itself, but I think we have met, at least Lisa and I have met, and she was the liaison between me and the board, and we had some concerns that it couldn't support itself, and I think there is we've come to a general conclusion that there is funding from the mud district, which is donations that actually come to the fire department. That funds it for the court. And also the HOA or POA also funds current. So, and I'm not speaking for you, but I want y'all to say it, that the HOA or POA,
yes,
Board of Improvement Association, is going to continue to support the endeavor until the time it can stand on its own.
That's correct. The association has every intent that they want the ESD to succeed, and it's for the benefit of the people within the same geographic area as well as the surrounding partisan precinct that benefits from that mutual assistance we can provide. The association is committed to funding any shortfalls until the ESD2's budget reaches the current service level.
But it can support itself.
So support itself.
I think that was one of the main concerns last time, so I think we've addressed that. I know the public hearing's not over with, but I wanted to bring that up for the court's knowledge.
We've tried really hard to address all the concerns that each individual commissioner had, and the benefits that we presented previously, and I'm happy to go over those again if you'd like. But that's if anybody would have any individual questions up there that pertaining to any of those previous concerns.
Well, for the record, you've got 122 signatures, which is well past what you need. Is there anybody here that wants to speak for or against the petition? This is a public hearing. Anybody that wants to, we'll take them one at a time.
So does anybody want to come up and speak before? Okay.
Jamie, now, when I first started practicing law, Judge McNamara, I just kept on and on and on. He said, young man, I'll grant your motion if you'll sit down. Go right ahead, sir.
No, I just wanted to add just a bit to what Jamie said about our application. Frankly, we had to scramble to do a second petition, but in hindsight, it made for a stronger petition, more palatable to more people within the community. We were able to answer some of your concerns about the finances, and the folks that didn't want to be in it are now not in it. So I think you guys talked.
Y'all's initial intent was to look out for everybody, and I applaud that. But some of us, they want to look after themselves, and they may regret it later, but they've had their chance. They showed up and said, hey, I'd rather not. Y'all have obliged them, and I think that's a great solution.
Well, I put forward that with your prodding and our extra effort with a second petition, y'all have achieved your goal. You were trying to make everybody happy. I think we've got as close as we possibly can to doing that. And the folks in the Waterwood, should you approve this today, will have a chance to vote. And that's all we're looking for. We'll put it to the American process.
There you go.
Thank you.
I got one question for you. So, who's gonna pay to have this election? Who's gonna fund the money to pay?
Statute says the county, but
County funds, that's the
statute
statute.
says the county, but the county's responsibility.
I know that, but I just wanted the rest of the public to hear who's gonna pay for this election.
So it's supposed to be like $150 or something, but other than that, it's all fine.
When the petition was filed, I think 2 people swore they would cough up $150. So
I'm one of them.
that'll pay for some of the copies away.
They'll take care of my Christmas.
Yes.
It ends up on me.
Just so the other public and all the communities know that they're funding this election process.
Well, we don't make the rules.
I understand, but all the public don't understand that sometimes.
The only thing I gotta say about this is, I know you're a board member on the WIA stuff, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And y'all stepped up and said y'all gonna pay like 5 years if it don't.
No, they just changed that. We had a conversation, if they're gonna fund it because it stands on the
That's what I just said. That's what I was getting
not
to.
5 years. The problem we had to get there.
Okay. So my question is to y'all, and I know all y'all here in good faith. What happens when you're no longer a board member, or he's no longer a board member, they're no longer a board member, and a new board member comes in and says, we're not doing that. If they need help, we're not funding it.
We've modified our resolution with stronger language to bind future boards as best as they can be bound to continue with what we've started. The other thing about our board, we don't lose an entire board at once. We're kind of like the U.S. Senate.
Yeah.
We might get more done maybe than they do sometimes, but we only change over a third of our board any given year. So, I
So
hope that
why don't we just put the money in the account and say, we're gonna fund it for a couple of years to see if it stays on its own, that way it would guarantee me that the money's there to pay for it.
Well, we have to take that up. All I can tell you is the other human nature factor that would keep another board from abandoning this is that it is by far in the best interest of both the board and the people of Waterwood that this happened. I just can't imagine any board taking over and not wanting to.
You've seen weird things
It'd be
happen.
a one-termer, wouldn't it, if they
You've seen weird things happen.
I get run off, I can tell you that. So I just don't.
That's the only thing I have to say, that's the only thing I ask.
I can't guarantee you it won't happen, but I think it's very
That's the only
unlikely.
thing. And you can't guarantee it's gonna fund itself.
The ESD,
Yeah. You can't guarantee, it's 100% guarantee it.
well, nothing's 100% guaranteed, but I can tell you this, with the new regime in the appraisal district in San Jacinto County, it's moving that direction mighty fast.
I know mine is.
Any other questions I can answer, or Jamie?
I just had one other thing. If you decide to create the order for the election, we request that you set the tax rate on this at 9.9 cents per hundred, just under the maximum. That's what the board is requested for this in order to.
I figured you'd be handing me one as soon as we approve it. Y'all have it, is that for ready? 'Cause
We can, our attorney will provide whatever the elections office needs to get that in, and whatever you need as far as ordering that vote.
I'll get that done.
Ma'am?
I'll get that done.
She'll get
I
that.
can't understand what
She'll get that done. She'll get it done for you.
No, I know she would. You probably want to petition all around.
Yeah, so, I mean, it has to be ordered by August 19th, that's when the cutoff is by the state. Your
I'll
next,
sign it right as soon as we vote, if you have it. I'm just telling you, I don't have anything, put together that I can put my hands on. Anything else?
did anybody want to come speak for or against? Any further questions, and I'd be happy to.
All right, can I get a motion, one way or the other?
I'll make the motion to approve the petition for the emergency service district number 2.
I have a motion by Commissioner Natuno, a second by Commissioner Brandon. Any other, in the order for the tax rate, proposed tax rate of 9.9 per hundred, that goes. I guess it would be more hard to say in there, but I think that
For the max, that gets
10. These are valid. I'm not even positive that's something we decide, but if your lawyer thinks it is, we don't have to decide it. But I think once the board's created, they'll vote on what rate they want to set out, I think. But that's just.
He told
Like
us.
when we set our tax rate, we set it. But any other comments? All in favor say aye. Any opposed? The ayes have it. It's unanimous, 5-0. Thank you. I'll be waiting for the order.
Yes, sir.
We see only the true people are going to stay.
Here's it.
That's that one.
That's next. All right. Item number 10, consideration, discussion, possible vote to approve / ratify purchase of radios for the sheriff department. I think Mr. McDuffie, like quoting says, back in April, we had a hearing. I think there was 50 people. It was all about radios. We needed to get radios. Had a bid of like $500,000 for them to do an emergency and schooled our kids and looked it over. And one of those proposals was well, it had rebuilt radios. You know, I sometimes buy rebuilt batteries from old farm tractors and stuff. I'm trying to do a little better than that for the sheriff department and our constituents. So put it out for bid before. We talked about it at numerous meetings. The last time we met, we were presented with I went to a debt card meeting and I was referred to a fellow who said they had a heck of a deal on some radios. Said some of the radios, they were having a little trouble selling because they were yellow and nobody wanted yellow radios. I said, man, we don't care. Yellow, if you're out there on a scene and you drop it, you might be able to see it a little easier than yellow is fine. Nobody cares what color. So anyway, he presented us with some proposals, and we went into executive session and acted on it. And I was thinking we were going to do it today, but anyway, that's what happened. So I put this back on the agenda because it turns out some of the radios, the mobile radios that got quoted, I'm not a radio guy, but it had a whole bunch of numbers and this feature and that feature, and I don't guess anybody else gets it. I'm the only one I'm throwing under the bus. Turns out some of those mobile radios were not about dual band radios, which is what we thought we were getting. So, where'd he go? There he is. Come on up.
Back to square one.
Well, all the other ones are great, but when they got the radio, somebody must have took a look at them. These are, go ahead.
Yes, sir. Commissioner.
We're done with the handheld radio. We're going to ratify that today as well.
So that's correct. And so the handheld radios that you all purchased from me, first off, I'm Michael Lockwood. I'm with Daily Wells Communications. Thank y'all for having me. The handheld radios that you purchased, as the judge mentioned,
those are dual band,
they are dual band
compliant. That's what we want.
That's correct, yes. So I take full responsibility on the mobiles. I quoted and sold you the incorrect model. They are single band 800 megahertz radios only.
Dual band, that means you can talk on two frequencies, correct?
That is correct.
Well, still out what little I know right quick about radios.
You're still on my thunder now.
So the radios that got delivered are not dual band.
Right.
But we got radios in the cars, and if you were to take these new radios and put them in the cars, you wouldn't have to do a band, they would just be two separate units. One might say that'd be a good thing, because if one of the radios went out, you can still use the other radio. As far as having a radio that, if you got a dual band radio and it goes out in both channels, or both frequencies, or both whatever, they're gone. So there are some pros, and I'm going to shut up and let you.
No, you're exactly right. So
I got out of line.
No, you're exactly right. So the mobiles that were quoted and sold are single band only, which means that if you need to have VHF still in the vehicles, you would have to have that secondary existing VHF radio. With that said, there's a few options that I have presented to you in the paper that I've handed out. One option would be what the judge mentioned, that you install these new mobile radios into the vehicle as the radios that were talked on the new to this area text-borne radio system. So that means that the vehicles would then, as the judge mentioned, have two radios in the vehicle, one for each frequency band. The second, hang on, let me grab something real quick. So these radios, these yellow radios here, this is the exact model of radio that was purchased, and this is the dual band. The other option.
Is that one up and working?
Yes.
And you say these are dual band?
Correct. Yes, sir.
So this is clearly used.
That's one of my demo units. That's been well used. Yes. The other options we have what's called an enhanced vehicle charger. And this would work in some applications. I'm a former law enforcement officer. As far as a police officer on the streets, trying to put this radio in and out of this charger to use it as a mobile is probably not the best and most effective way, because you need to get out of the vehicle in pretty rapid fashion sometimes when you're a police officer. However, in some applications it may work.
In other words, you could sell us a bunch of those, and you could take those other radios we're putting in there and slap them in that unit, and there you'd have a dual band radio in your car, and there's other parts that hook onto it.
Correct. Yes, sir.
He didn't give me the whole pitch, so I'm trying to talk to you guys. Most of you guys probably don't know much more about radios. I, with the exception of law enforcement, probably Ms. Russell.
That's correct. So the radio slides into this unit, and then once it's in that unit in the vehicle, it, in essence, turns it into a mobile radio. So you have an external speaker, an external microphone, just as if you would if it was an actual radio, a mobile radio in the vehicle, and it charges the radio. Plus, you get the benefit of having an external antenna, so you get better transmission and reception using that antenna. So that's one option. Again, it may not be the end-all, be-all option for all of the applications that the county needs for radios.
You slap it in that unit, show us how long it takes to get out, take it out.
Absolutely.
Say, I'm used to it. Y'all come up here and look. Calls me. Ray Ashley, y'all come look at this stuff. Y'all come look.
I couldn't get it on. I don't know.
It's my customer that had it.
Y'all know more about these radios than we do. Y'all use them every day.
So the 60 that we proposed to buy, or we already bought, they're good to go. They're
Yeah. So this mounts permanently in the vehicle. It actually has a little bracket just here. It can be mounted in the vehicle.
You can
Put it in ball right on that side. Snap it. Click. So now you have a hand mic. A lot of investigators and CID and stuff like that would be a good radios. They're not jumping in and out of the vehicle. They're in full control. So to get it out, switch buttons, slides out, and it's out.
If you, so that's your car radio
Yeah.
slash street radio.
It could be if we bought that device there.
Yeah.
Like you're saying, in law enforcement, as far as getting out of the cars, you don't have that extra second sometime to take your eyes off of whatever you're looking at that might be a threat to press a button, grab the radio, put it on your belt, then grab your gun and engage whoever's there. That's a long time.
Yeah,
That's why we ask y'all's opinion, because
You need to have one on your belt and then have one specific in your car so you can leave that one in the car, get out, and you got one with you.
I think it needs to be affixed to the car right now, yeah.
Is that compatible to the one you're tucking in? Do you have one on you?
Nah, it's in the car. I didn't bring it in because I didn't want to
Yeah, and that's what I say. It's probably not the best solution for the day-to-day control house.
Mine's the size of a cell phone in the car.
I have my cell phone with the push to talk, which is, in my opinion, that's just the greatest thing in the world, because as long as I have a cell phone signal, I have a radio. And it works great. There's a slight delay on it, but other than that, I love that cell phone. The problem is in the vehicle, it causes an issue because it's a delay to the mobile radio. And sometimes I have to throw it in the back seat to get rid of it because I have to hear the mobile radio to hear the call. Because delay, I'm not that smart. I'm not that guy that can listen to things at the same time. Yeah, I mean, Brian's right. I'm in a hurry. I'm not worried about that button. The cell phone I can carry in my pocket. That could get somebody hurt if you're in a hurry.
Yeah, and that's why I consider it as a solution for emergency management or investigations. Somebody that's not detective, that's not a felon. Yeah, right. Control. So just presenting options is why I brought this in today. Did we have extra copy of that I could show?
Big cheap notebook.
So the other option would be, we take the single band radios back, and then I can provide quotes for actual dual band radios, and that's what option 2 and 3.
Well, the ones that we bought were like
they're single band radios.
$2,700 or $800 a piece. What's the best? We got some quotes in here for.
I do. So I provided 2 different quotes for the multi-band, which is one radio that has VHF as well as Detect 4 and 800. But I provided 2 options on that, which 2 different control heads available. One is the current.
Let's start with the lowest option. One of them is $6,400.
Right.
So you're talking about $4,600 more per radio times 20. 46 times 20 is.
It'd be $128,005.60 for 20 of them. The exact same for that one.
Really? The difference is 46.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. So, the total.
It's like 92,000.
The difference, right? Yes, sir.
And we're trying. That's why we knew we could put the brakes on this, because we haven't paid nothing but voting to approve the payments today. So everybody will have a say that wanted to have a say during open meeting this morning. We're just trying to get them some radios. We're not trying to trick anybody. So 92,000 We were right at 308,000 already, that don't leave 14 minus 375, 361, that leaves.
So tell us what the difference is in the price range for what would that do on the
Okay,
what's
so
the difference in the radio?
so these the ones that I'm discussing right now, these are the model number is called an XL200M, which on the sheet is option 3 and 4.
You're more a radio person than
So
anybody.
these are multi-band radios, meaning that they're able to communicate on the current VHF radio system as well as the X1 radio system. So it's it's actually a full spectrum radio that's configured and included in a dual band spec. It has all of the features required for the X1 system. It has trunking, it has TDMA phase 2, and it has a feature called link layer authentication. All three features are required for the X1 radio system. So it has all of those features. And I believe Mr. Ray mentioned earlier, the radios that I had quoted and sold you previously, those are an economy level radio, meaning
Now, the price is too good to be true. I'm headed in my mind at dual band, and that's what we're talking about.
Understood.
Emails.
right.
They'll have the same problem.
So
They'll get the program figured out.
Yeah, absolutely. So
That makes
there's,
sense.
as far as the difference between the models of radio, the actual transceiver, meaning the core of the radio, there's no difference in them. What gets into the price difference is the features and capabilities. That's why there's such a difference in price. First and foremost is the multi-band capability. It's able to communicate on different radio frequency bands. The second is the user interface, which is you have color screen, you have Bluetooth, you have all of these higher tier features available on these higher end radios. So there's where your price difference is. The radios that I sold to you, they have a non-color screen. They don't have all the bells and whistles as these radios have. So that's where the price difference is.
As far as what we got to spend, what we've got, we're proposing to spend, I think it's right at $308,000. What's available in that fund is $361,000, I hope y'all are listening, or thereabouts. We spent 14 on salary. That would leave another $39,000 if we spent all of that fund, and then we'd still be $39,000 short by these radios. If we go with the radios that you quoted, that we already have in our hands, we still have like $53,000 left we could spend on something else. I'm not sure. It's up, whatever you guys want to do, but we'd have to find another $40,000.
So why would we want to do that?
Do what?
Just what you said.
The goal is to get,
we want to take radios that we know won't work.
who says they don't work? They do.
No, they do work, but
If you put both radios in there, their goal is to have dual band. They're gonna have dual band. One band on this radio, one on that band. And we'll save $53,000. If you get,
what chain they gonna put on the gun when they get out?
they got a portable radio that's already got dual band. We're talking about the car radios.
Yeah, I know. I realize.
Present a solution then, instead of throwing darts at everything I put out.
Present a solution? Yeah. Let's go with the radios that do what they're supposed to be and what the law enforcement needs, and come up with the other $39,000 and go on down the road.
Okay, where you gonna get the $39,000?
We'll be down to the fund.
Well, we're getting $5,000 a day out already. I mean,
Well,
believe it or not, I don't have a print for this money that we don't have budgeted, so.
well,
I know you're going out, and it's my problem,
no, I don't consider that. I can show you where there's about $207,000.
but there's some LAT, whatever funds, and
Probably,
Here we're
yes.
probably.
Can we use that?
Yes, you can.
Then I'm fine with that. Some of that money is only limited to certain things. If we can use it for that, that's fine. That's some of what we're going to pay these, we're running 6,000 times 30 days, 180,000 a month. That's not budgeted. We're going to have to make that up too, somewhere, to house these inmates. If we can use that fund, make the motion. I'm all for that.
Well, we got two commissioners this house, we're gonna need to.
Your Honor, you
The
said,
open session's closed, Mr. Deeter.
yeah, but why not go
Mr.
the,
Deeter,
why not go the free route?
don't disrupt the meeting, please. How many commissioners do we need to get a motion?
We need them all in here, so I'm gonna make a motion.
Okay.
I mean, I'm only one, that's just my opinion. Y'all let the others give their opinion.
If you're scared, say you're scared. If you don't make the motion, we're stuck in what we've already done last time, so I don't think there's.
So, can I make one more comment?
Sure.
So,
There's more options, let us know.
yes, sir, so I just wanted to make sure you understood that between option 3 and option 4, it is
For the phones?
the radio.
Like the ESD, like everybody else uses?
Yeah, which is the part
Like
of
Ray
the
uses?
officer,
Yeah.
the person will use.
You're talking about the difference between
I have one.
6,000 and 7,000.
I have one.
We're not going in
I have
that.
three or four.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure
$8
that
a month.
I have 3 or 4 of them. Hell, it is wild. I think everybody's got their phone systems now that they do it on the phone. I know Ray does. I know I haven't personally.
We've already voted to buy a bunch of radios. We're trying to get out of the ones that we bought that were not what we want. It's come to my attention, Commissioner McNally has found us an alternate way of making up that $39,000 that we're short. Taking it out of some LATF funds.
LATCF.
Yeah, that's more of recovery funds, but you're allowed to use them. You're allowed to use them for that.
Because we went with a co-op, which is the HGAC, we didn't have to go out for procurement, we're able to do it.
And these radios are all on HDC.
Okay, so if we can, and you're with,
I'm with Langford, I'm Brianna, haven't met you yet.
okay, you're Brianna with Langford, who, when we got the recovery funds, we got it, and then after we got the funds, we procured them to help us spend them in the right manner, and administer that money, so we don't spend it in a way that the government will make us give it back. We won't spend it according to the rules. If you're saying we can do that, I appreciate you being here to tell us that. I'm fine with getting what we really wanted. I'm very fine with that.
I would at least like that, some input from the sheriff's department, because they're going to be the majority over these things. Sir?
They knew it was on the agenda. Those radios, I don't know when they'll actually get here.
Which
Maybe
one's handheld?
We have to commit the radios.
I was gonna say, I already have all the other radios
Yeah,
in
the
my
mobiles are here.
office. I'm wanting to give the other ones back, so
Yeah, if you're gonna send
Okay, I
that
didn't
back,
realize that.
I'm gonna get UPS
When
later.
we were talking, you said there might be, you'd have to check on when we're gonna have them all. Actually, you had some radios.
On the handhelds, they have not shipped yet.
They
But
have
the
not
mobiles, the
shipped.
mobiles are here, and if you're gonna send them back, I'm gonna give the UPS label, and we're gonna get them back. No issues.
Sheriff-elect Sam Houston, is the idea of having brand new dual band radios for handheld and instead of having two separate radios in the car, we're gonna take some money out of the LATF fund and make up that difference and get you more of a cutting edge radio for, in other words, they'll have one radio instead of two. That would be kind of cumbersome to be trying to operate.
Especially the space too.
Yeah, now they get their laptops, and I mean, I don't know where you put them, another radio. To be
It's a good
honest.
idea.
We want to do the best we can to have y'all good communication. That's,
Well, all due respect to all law enforcement, they are who protects the public. And they don't need, they've got all the stuff that they have already in the car, and they don't need another item to try to figure out, well, do I get the door handle or do I get the push button on getting the radio? That just won't work. That's not even a logical thing to even try to present to the law enforcement.
and you're talking about this right here with this.
I'm talking about that.
That's just an option. We haven't looked at our bank book to know what we can afford. He's trying to give us as many options as he could. That's the cheapest way out. I'm very particular that we don't have to take the cheapest way out. Wow. I sure would love to hear a motion to go with the real dual band radios at about 6,000 a pop, 20 more radios, and ratify what we've already done at the last meeting with the handheld.
I'll make the motion to ratify what we got on the handhelds and use the funds available for difference.
To get the ones that are $6,004, I think.
Yes, sir.
That's that's an
HGAC price, yes, sir.
I have a motion by Commissioner Brandon. We're gonna be stuck with them single band radios if we can't get a second. We don't want the single band radios. Is that a second? I'll make a second. Thank you so much. I have a second by Commissioner Tuno. Any other questions? All in favor say aye. Any opposed? You're opposed buying the radio?
Yeah, I'm opposed. I would still like to have some input from the sheriff's department. Because they're the majority.
Your objection is no.
Yeah.
Commissioner Mars voted against it. It carries 4-1. Thank you so much, man.
Thank you.
Item number 11, consideration, discussion, and possible vote to approve your 2025 sheriff and constable fees report as required under Texas Local Government Code Section 118-131. So usually every year we just approve what we had the previous year. So it's been brought to my attention, and I've got at least 3 constables sitting here that there's 2 sets of fees in here we need to move up. They realize they don't get the fees. They realize the constituents who end up having to pay those fees when they file a lawsuit or something. I'm just saying. A lot of that's like a decision. I mean, credit card people collecting bills, they have to pay it, you know, they're having to do the work. You file a suit to clear your land, or get divorced, or get a daddy's will probated or something. It's already $100 to go out, walk out there and serve somebody.
So we're talking about the rents. They're currently at 125, and I'm not speaking for y'all guys. I mean, if y'all want to move it, it'd be easier just to pass it forward.
Honestly, the biggest issue that we're making is possible, which affects us. Like you said, Commissioner, is the rent. There's a couple things to consider on the rents that I don't think any of the constables previously have really informed before on how rents work, what's involved, but on most of our possessions, especially, which can include evictions, which can include repossession, and such like that. We have an issue with time investment in these different things. Especially now, I'm going to put this in the nicest way that I can. Certain property management companies that start buying tax property that are known for doing such things. They have a way of costing the county a lot of time. And the way that happens is we're required to be there.
Who's costing the county a lot of time?
These risks. And here's why. Just listen. At the end of the day, we're required to be there. If it's a repossession, we don't leave until it's done. If it's an eviction move out, we don't leave until it's done. We're responsible for every single piece of personal property in that residence, on that property, whatever else is going on. What that means is, the way I do it is I have a very clear upfront understanding that when I talk to people, you have 4 hours, so make sure you bring as many people as you can. Because I've spent 3 days on rents before, sitting with nothing else to do but stare at people carry things out and put it on a curb for 3 days.
So whatever we put on the fee, what difference is that going to, how's that going to change?
Well, if you'll let me finish, I was building the story so that you had a context.
We're going to need it, just give us the short version.
Okay, the short version, you're not going to understand. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand.
I fully understand, my friend.
This is why I haven't brought it through myself, because of this reason right here. At the end of the day, the biggest thing that we should look at doing is adding an hourly rate when we have to sit on these risks. Because, like I said, that's where it's costing us. We're out there for 3 days straight. We're unproductive at that point. We're not doing anything else. We're stuck with this risk.
Constable, tell me what section of the local government code authorizes us to set an hourly rate where you're out there doing what your job is.
So, from my understanding that I learned from other constables, I think, and constable calls me as well, because we looked at this. It calls her, which one was it again? But there is a setup where we can do this. What a lot of the counties are doing is they get the first 2 hours with the rip. After that, they usually charge $50 per hour, which is billed to whoever is the plaintiff on the rip. And what it does is it helps to get people, number one, to get the rents finished quicker and get us on something else. But number two, it helps with the long-term expense that we're out, because when we're there, we're buying the fuel, we go back and forth, out of vehicles, wear and tear and maintenance on our vehicles, for a bit. It's just like the citation. We might make 6, 7, 8, 9 trips on one citation. Well, we have our limited cycle. Every time we drive there, that's more than we're out as a constable, on our end on fuel. That takes away from us to be able to do other things that we would like to do. But raising the fees and going with the hourly rate might help to allow us a little bit more allowance.
Did you not know when you ran for this job what the fees were? We're not going to be paying you $50 an hour to sit there.
You're not paying me. That money goes to the county, to the general fund.
Yeah, poor Miss Jones, who's rent house, she's trying to throw this deadbeat out so she can start collecting more rent. She gonna have to pay $50 an hour?
And to be honest with you, Judge, in most cases, it's not Mrs. Jones that's the issue. It's these property management companies that are the
We can't discriminate between.
But I'm not discriminating. I'm just putting it out there in very plain English. Like when I started, it's these property management companies that are the ones that are taking advantage of the system. Because they know over here, we don't. They can just send one person. And that one person can do it all day long, empty a house or empty a property. But in other counties, they'll send 6 or 7 people to one property because they know they're going to be paying this fee. All I'm saying is, at the end of the day, it helps us in the long run because we're not having to invest much time, invest much money. And like I said, on the far end, it helps the county in reimbursing on the bringing in a little bit more to help the county be able to maybe up us a little bit to help us out on the cost side. That's all I'm saying. It's not.
You still haven't answered me what section of the government code allows us to charge a $50 an hour fee.
Right. Again, we got to go back and find that again.
Come back when you're prepared, please. We got a lot of stuff to do today.
Do what?
I've never heard of that. I've been practicing law 40 years. I've never heard of constables charging $50 an hour to sit on a writ. The fees are established by the court. They're not intended to compensate you. That's why you got a $12,000 or $18,000 travel allowance.
Again, Judge, that's just a long-term deal down the line, and they go, maybe at another point. Right now, the point is to help get us more competitive with other counties of our size.
We're not in no competition with other counties.
I get that, but it's the rate charge, Judge, on top of the fact the time investment that we're putting into these writs. You know, a writ of execution, what do you got? Hours.
You get $125 for a writ. We know that we're not making money on writs, but it's not intended for us to make money.
Yeah, I get that, I do. But what are we like? We're one of the lowest charging counties. As of right now, like our surrounding counties, like we're like 150 on writs, something like that. 75 higher. At least 50 to 75 higher. You know, they have an hourly rate. And, look, for why, I don't know what that. Again, like I said, I've considered this in the past, this is exactly why I chose not to bring it, because I realized it wasn't going to go anywhere, because I don't think that.
So what you're asking is to go 175 on the writs and the order of sale versus 100.
Commissioner, honestly, even 150 would be reasonable, but 175 I think is what's competitive right now with other counties. And I use competitive interchangeably. But like I said, at the end of the day, this isn't the one that's going to affect our constituents. Our constituents shouldn't want the issue. It's the management companies for the issue. It's just these huge companies that these conglomerates, man, they buy these tax properties and they just exploit the county. And I'm just not seeing where that's okay. But that's just my experience. You know, that's the experience I'm getting into.
So are y'all the only ones that do the writ and constables?
We're it. No. That's it, just us.
And the order of sales? All constables can do writs. All constables and the sheriff's office can do it. Whether they choose to do it.
The sheriff's office refuses to do any civil standbys, any writs, anything, any civil process at all.
Time changes everything.
Look.
You should be just having to do the ones in your precinct. You should be having to cover for somebody else.
That's not what I said. We do our own writs, but that's the thing. The sheriff's office doesn't touch civil process at all. We do it all, every bit of it. So, respectively, each constable does his own process. Mine is roughly.
Y'all done find out. I ain't saying that. I know y'all do a good.
Mine's roughly 200 and something processes a year, just out of my office alone that I do by myself.
But
in about 60 of them.
Whether we change the price ain't gonna really put more money in your pocket or help you in any way. And they realize that.
That's not the short-term goal. The short-term goal is to get us slowly up to where we can start affording more things. And, maybe at this this point, I mean, if you look at our income, and I'm not here for income, Judge. I never took this job for income. I took this job because I wanted to do right by my public.
How many years do you serve in a year?
I just told you, roughly 50 to 60 a year. It's recorded here.
50 a year, so what is that, $2,500?
Correct, roughly. Depending, I mean, you know, it could be in that range either. But what I was going to say is all of this stuff at the end of the day that you're not seeing is the more we invest in our process to get that done, the less money we have to do other things in our precinct we would like to do. We can't afford control. You know, we can't
If we lowered them down to $50, you still took an oath, and you're going to have to go out there and do whatever it is you do.
I'll do my job no matter what. I don't care if even if I didn't get paid, I would do this job. I took this job because I wanted to do right by the public and help my public.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you, sir. Well, this is the current list of fees. To serve a subpoena, $100. Summons, $100. Writ of attachment costs you $125 to have them walk out there and hand it. Writ of garnishment, $125. Writ of sequestration, $125. An order of sale, $100. Writ of possession, $125. Forcible entry into tanker, $100. Serve a citation, $100. You get a divorce or you're suing somebody, it costs you $100 just to hand them a piece of paper. Citate, seriafacious, $100. Just any kind of notice, $100. Notice of publication, $100. Notice to take a deposition, $100. It says order, I don't even know what that means, $100. Precept to serve, $100. A subpoena deuce is taken where they hand you a subpoena, and that means you got to produce some documents, whatever's listed in the subpoena deuce is taken, $100. Copy of an offense report is only $5. Serve a temporary restraining order, $100. Serve a protective order, $100. Distress warrant, $100. Writ of execution, $125. Execution, $100. I don't know what the difference is there. Writ of habeas corpus, $125. An injunction of $100 and a fingerprint fee of $10.
So you pretty much described everything about order of sale. What does that consist of? What happens there? You know, Constable?
Whatever they come up with on the sale of property, they have to show the order of it.
You sue Joe Blow and you get a judgment against him and you want to collect that $10,000 judgment. You give the order of sale to the constable. He goes up to the courthouse and hear ye. I'm fixing to auction off the whatever property it is, and he has a little sale.
Is there an order of sale on tax sale properties too?
Yeah.
So every tax sale property they have to have an order of sale.
Yeah, but we pay that. We don't actually pay it. It's assessed against, I guess, against every taxpayer. They get a $100 fee. They have one sale, and every one of them people in the tax sale gets charged $100.
Well, I'm just saying, we approve this every year, and we always ask, is there any changes out there? And they all say no. This time we asked, and they wanted to change. So, I mean, why are we asking them if we don't try to at least change some of the things that
it doesn't change? They don't.
They're not getting the money. They know
They're
that.
not getting the money.
They know that.
It aggravates them because they have to go out there and sit there a long time. But us gouging our constituents with higher fees is not going to change that.
And we're not going to stop the people coming and buying property and renting it out. Not doing it. We're not going to stop that either. And that, I understand that. You know, we've got money coming into our county from other counties and buying, and we'll put part of the bill.
If they got the fees, I guess we might consider that, but they stopped the constables getting the fees back to the courts, you know.
Well, I'm just saying, we ask them, and then they tell us, and then we're like, turn it up here to it.
I didn't ask him.
All right, because we ask them every year, is there any, you want us to change anything? And they usually say no. This time they said, yeah, we got a problem, these need to be higher. So, we gotta do whatever we do.
I disagree with that myself.
Move forward.
We're not gonna get a motion to raise them, then they're gonna stay the same. Do I have a motion to raise the fees? Okay, all right. Number. Number 12, consideration, discussion, possible vote to approve and accept bids for the Sampson County Jail roof. Now, last time we were here, I asked to have an ad run in the paper because we knew we were have to fix this roof. They prepared an ad, ran it in the paper, and then we voted on it. After we got contacted the newspaper. That's a pretty good idea. We're being proactive. Corp said we're gonna set bids up until this morning. You could walk in here with your bid this morning. For reasons unbeknownst to me, what got put in the paper had Monday's date on there. And that's not what the court said, and that's not what we've been telling everybody. So we're accepting bids until, so how many bids do we have?
We currently have 3.
3 is my favorite number. That's the number that you have to have so they can't accuse you at the federal government of not complying with procurement statutes. Anybody here that presented any of these bids? I see Brother Dawkins here. Brother Harris, is it Harris? Harris. I got one here from Dillon Construction.
That's fine.
Okay. You said my DA is Dillon. I didn't know he was moonlighting. Got one from, I don't know. And then I got one from Team Dean. So I was contacted because I didn't even know that the ad with the wrong information got put in the paper, but it came to my attention yesterday. None of these bids have been opened, so nobody's got an advantage because they, in my opinion, I don't see the advantage. I guess if you were the only guy who turned it in Monday, you probably wouldn't want it extended, but I know what the court said. And please correct me if I'm misquoting what we did or said. So it was our intention, everybody's got the same shot here, we'll fix it up.
So I'd like to ask, if there's any problems, can I get Mayor to speak now forever holds peace? Because we had a conversation about this 2 days ago, right? Are we good?
We're good. When I contacted some of the vendors with Mr. Doggett here with TV and told them what the court said. I said, that's unfortunate. I said, if you want to submit something else, you still have until this morning. I don't know whether this is what you got here is August 5th. This one came in August 5th. So 2 of them were August 5th anyway, so it may be somewhat of a moot point. This one came in this morning, but you were here, that's what you were told, and we're not
discriminating.
No. Everybody's got an equal chance. Everybody have 3 anyway. Sir?
You gotta have 3 anyway.
Tell it. Yes, you do. Okay.
If only two, if one turns one in, you run it another time, only one turns in, what do you do?
You have to go approach the governor and get special permission to do that. So it's a whole lot easier from my perspective.
3.
Because I'll be sitting there getting audited in 3 years. It's trying to explain why we didn't get 2. I think I'm like you. I think that's ridiculous because we've sent it out. Correct me if I'm wrong, to at least 20 different
Contractors that.
You have a list of everybody.
We run it in the newspaper, we put it on the website, we've got everything we know how to do.
Yes,
Sort of
that's-
standing out here in the corner, giving bid applications.
May I ask y'all, what y'all bid on?
Is this y'all?
Did y'all bid on replacing the old roof?
I think so, and then we're.
I just want to, that's what I'm asking. That's all I have.
One on top here, it says, closed bid from Dillon Construction. So, when did you receive it? Well, that's what that is, okay, handed to me at 8:49. It's time.
That's close. That was pretty close.
So did many people call and get a bid packet, do you know? You all
We
have a
sent
list?
it to every single one of those people.
So you emailed it to these folks?
Everybody.
Dillon Construction. When I open the other one, I'll know who they are. All right, they've got a, remove all existing sheets. I guess this is a copy of our scope last week. Says the project will take 50 days, and I'm assuming that's start by ASAP. Material 185, labor 160, total bid 346. $836.
336, 346,
346.
336.
836. And he's got some alternates here. That's a price without bond. Alternate one, 20-year weather-tight warranty for $10,688. Premium warranty two, $13,360. Premium warranty three, $16,032. If we need a bond, $8,000. So the base bid plus warranties. Now this is to remove all sheeting and put one solid roof. Is this standing seam?
Standing seam, yes.
Yeah.
Also includes R19 insulation.
Consistent. So when you were here, you told us there was a process, you might be able to save some money if you put the roof right over it in certain places.
When y'all objected to that, didn't want to do it.
What we said was if an engineer was certified that it's okay, and you said you got an engineer on duty, that that was okay. That's what I remember now. As long as the engineer approved it, none of us are, back now, not being engineer. Well, I think the issue was. Purlins are $340 a piece. Now that's in red, that's additional purlins.
No, that's additional over the 10 that y'all requested.
Yeah, it says 10 is included, but any additional ones are $340 each per 25-foot purlin.
That's material, labor, freight, everything.
Yeah, that's what it says, material, labor, and freight. Roof has a 25-year finish warranty on materials. I don't think nobody but guarantees the labor if you, if the storm blows it up. But I don't know. All right. This is bid number 2165024, San Jacinto County Jail Repairs. Doesn't say who it's from. Dogger didn't just get up and walk out, so he must think he's still in the room. All right, this says Dynamic Structures, Inc., Shepherd, Texas. And I'm proud to say all three bidders are constituents of ours. They all from here. That warms my heart. And this is a bid bond. He's got a bid bond here. If you're going to propose a bond, you'd have to, it cost us another $8,000, is what I understood. Did we say a bond was required or not?
I did put that in the bid.
You put that in the bid, so.
Okay, well, that's what, I thought so. You put it in there?
It was in the newspaper that they needed to be
I didn't
licensed.
get the bid package sent to me, so.
Well, you're the one who generated, we plagiarized your bid package.
But I didn't have a bond in that package when we originally talked. Say so.
I'm just saying, we used your stuff, your specs. We appreciate all that hard work you did. So the bid bond,
Right.
is dated, and it looks. That's interesting. This bid was received August 5th, the bid bond was dated August 7th. I don't know how you do that. All right, let's get to it. It's a dirt dog.
It's a B. Red wall.
Red ones are generally red.
That's in the red.
All right, remove existing panels, replace on job site for removal, disposal by the county. Jesus. $637,650. $637,650.
Now, is that engineer fees and all that involved in that too?
That would be.
So I'm thinking,
That would be running the jail for a couple of months. Yeah, probably so. Looks like there's an alternate here. Leave existing roof panels in place. Supply and install 80 mil TPO over existing roof. Install insulation, cover board, flashing roof system, 20-year peak coverage. Bottom line on that is $524,275. 5 to 4 275. Let's see. it says it may be withdrawn within 30 days. Scheduled lead time is approximately 4 to 6 weeks. Time frame for completion 8 to 10 weeks. Weather permitting. Now, boys, I'm sitting there thinking, I left money on the table. I don't know what it's like. We'll figure find out. The last bid, 8524, turned in Team Dean Construction. They turned the bid to you?
Not me personally.
Your office.
Yes, sir.
I haven't left your position. Alright, here's an estimate from Team Dean. Demo and install new roof, $580,000. Yes, sir. There's a bid going. No alternate.
No option, let's start first one.
Alright.
How many days did he say?
Pricing is guaranteed for 14 days.
You have an idea how long it'll take?
It don't say.
12 weeks.
12 weeks.
With what? With good weather.
Well, so if we're gonna get a bid bond on the other, we have to add $8,000.
Yes, on Dillon.
No, yes, yes. That's,
I have a bid bond. I got it with me. I just didn't turn it in because I.
produce it. Give it to me. That's the direction.
Yeah, how much is on two alternates? Yeah, which one we gonna do?
This, the percentage on the bid bond, did not know put in whether that would bid 5%. Bid bond 20 years, that's the percent I did. That bid bond is put in 5,000. That's kind of normal. Because they covered. That's what the price. It's figured on a percentage per 100.
Here's a bid bond, and it's dated August 2nd. Got it? Is that okay?
But just say if we pick that one, we gotta figure out what alternates we're gonna do.
On the warranties? Did anybody else give us a warranty?
They all have a factory warranty.
Did you give us an extra warranty?
What's the deal with the extra warranty?
Okay, that's a weather tightness warranty. You purchase that directly from the manufacturer that I buy the material from. That warranty is issued to you, the county.
When it's done leaking, we're gonna be calling your phone number.
That's on the labor part. That's on the 5-year labor. But on the material part, if you want this extended weather tightness warranty, you're not banking that I'm gonna be in business 25 years from now.
Sure, we should have done that.
You're banking that this company that's on the national stock exchange.
I see what you're saying.
The company come out and thinks they're inspected, because done right.
He's the only one that put the extra warranties on. Well, I guess what we're trying to figure out is whether we want to pay another $13,000.
Well, you're looking for, you wanted to pay somebody to oversee the job. That's insurance that the job's done right.
Now, the only one is, that's the premium where they'll come out and inspect. Only on the premium. The other two, they do not come out.
That's what we need to go with. The balls in there.
A motion.
I'll make a motion. Jones, quote, 346,836, with the premium 363.
I have a motion by Commissioner Brandon, seconded by Commissioner McAnally.
Sorry, I was trying to get you guys. You cannot use, if you're going to use our funds, you cannot accept the list bid. It has to go by what was in the packet and what was in the paper.
Well,
That's state law is what we have to go
we
by.
voted in this court, so.
Listen, they made a mistake. I looked at her right in the eye and told her what I wanted in there and what we said. And
I
I don't
understand.
guess it was a typo because it did get put in there right.
Yeah, I understand, but I understand, I can't guarantee you that the federal government will understand. So you guys hired us to look out
Now, find
for.
that out, we done spent $300,000 on written out bids for our inmates. We got to make a move.
I understand, and so, I mean, if you want to accept it, that's fine, but I
If
personally.
you had a real big problem with it, you might have just said, hey, can we go into executive session? Now the whole world knows that you got a problem with it.
Well,
I apologize, I'm just trying to.
Everybody knows the bid. Y'all stood first and said, hey, you can't use this.
Exactly.
You ought to have done this first.
Well, that's fine.
It's your opinion that what now?
Langford cannot endorse you guys using ARP funds to pay for.
I didn't call you in the first place.
I understand, but you guys hired us to make sure that you are following the federal guidelines, and that's all I'm trying to do.
But you should have notified us at the beginning. You knew this at the beginning.
What are you saying?
But I won't pay for it. You can't use all the funds. Yeah, we got money, let's do it. We just gotta go down the road.
Because there's a typo, one letter in the.
Yeah, it's fine.
Wait a minute, hold on. The bid we accepted is August 5th. It was turned in time.
Dylan turned.
No, oh, the other two were. His wasn't. It's a typo. We got documentation of what we said when we voted to do it.
So are you just over the ARPA fund?
Yes, I handle the ARP funds.
That's it? You don't have any of this FITFON money that we're waiting on $12 million to get?
Yes, I will be handling that.
That's the one we need to be working on.
Yeah, it's in process.
Yeah, well, and yeah, let's move forward. They don't like that part. We usually we don't.
Yeah, we gotta fix it.
We gotta fix it.
I know what we voted on, and if we can produce minutes to say what we voted on. And we're just following, to do anything other than what we voted on the last time would be violating the rules of the law.
Well, I say let's go ahead and do it.
Did I get a motion?
That's a motion.
Now, motion by Commissioner Brandon, second by Commissioner McAnally to accept the Dillon Construction, $346,836 plus $8,000 for the bond and brings it to $16,346 for the warranty.
Around 16.
About roughly 370, which is Do I have any other questions?
I'm trying to get in trouble with
What?
346, 836, 8,000, and 16.
371, 156 or something. Anybody do the math?
I did it in my head, I got 371,000.
Okay, that's something, that's
156.
yeah. Okay. That's all I was asking.
Three.
So we was pretty close at $400,000 mark, wasn't we?
I was actually at 410 before I got prices on everything in my head, so that's 371.
I said 400.
Now the warranty, I can handle that too.
Hold on just a second. Any other questions? All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it, it's unanimous. Get to work.
So when is y'all, this should be a contract, or what, how do we handle this?
Sure. Yeah, I would assume you can generate some sort of a little contract.
I can do. Do y'all want me to?
Whatever you were doing, the regular course of business.
Okay. Do you want me to include the warranty and handle it for y'all, that would be written to y'all directly? Under my contract?
Yes.
It'd be easier.
Yes.
And I'll just have it made out, the warranty be in y'all's name and the county name.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank all of you fellas.
Thank all of y'all.
Appreciate y'all.
I know it wasn't easy, so.
Item number 13, I think I put that on there knowing that we were going to have to do this. Consideration, discussion, possible vote for one election, work with the judges. We've already acted on all of that in specific items earlier. No action here. Item number 14, consideration, discussion, and possible vote to approve proclamation for August 6th. Jacinto County proclaiming Nellie Hardin Day to turn 90 years old.
Wow.
Have a motion by Commissioner Brown.
Second. What's that here? Second.
Have a second by Commissioner Mars. Any questions? All in favor say aye. Any opposed? It's unanimous, 5-0. Whereas Nellie Hardin Adams, one of 10 children born August 3rd, 1934 in Stevens Creek, Texas, to her parents, Reverend James Hardin and Sally Douglas Hardin. Whereas Nellie Hardin Adams graduated from Lincoln High School, Cold Springs, Texas, in 1954. Whereas Nellie Hardin Adams continued her education by getting a degree in childhood development from Prairie View A&M and a master's degree in education from Texas Southern University. And whereas Nellie Hardin Adams had a successful career in the Houston Independent School District and is a mother, grandmother, and favorite aunt. Therefore, be it proclaimed, I, Fritz Stoker, Simpson County Judge of the Simpson County Commissioners Court, do hereby recognize and honor Nellie Hardin Adams for her long life, prosperity, and the many contributions she has made to our county. Given under my hand in the executive seal of office on this, the 7th day of August 2020. Pass a resolution or something else, or you, I didn't read it. Probably didn't. Okay. I think a resolution to approve the election, Judge, pretty well covered that.
We could, but just when I can.
Compared to okay, item number 15, consideration, discussion, possible vote to approve community back to school prayer event September 11, 2024, 5 p.m. at the Jacinto County Courthouse. Brother Zach Curry with Cowboy Church and contacted me about doing that. I said, well, there's time. I want to put this on the agenda now. It says September 11. I don't know why I was thinking that should have been August. They're going back to school.
Next week,
Can you get him on the horn?
Tuesday.
So what are they going to do? They're going to pray for our kids going back to school.
It's August the
So
11th.
they're on the courthouse, they're going to
It is August the 11th.
Well, that's what I thought. I have a motion by Commissioner McNally and a second by Commissioner Brandon to approve the community back to school prayer event. As far as I'm concerned, they can pray on September and August 11th.
Me too.
At 5 p.m. at Jacinto County Courthouse. I think they won't gonna be around.
5 a.m., 5 p.m.
Yeah. You can't get too much of that. Any other questions or discussion? All in favor, please say aye. Any opposed? The ayes have it, it's unanimous. 5-0.
Well, we already spent today about 700,000.
Judge, 16 is the same as 12.
We already spent about 700,000.
Yeah, I already covered that.
They did.
We've covered all the different proposals. We could act, is there anything left out? I know we got the cosmetic cleanup or whatever, and then we got the electrical repairs on the transfer switch. Is there anything else you had on your desk there that needs to go under there? We're good.
You're talking about the repairs?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all we have, other than the reports and
Sale.
the insurance.
We got the sales done, we got electricals, we got the roof addressed.
All right. Item number 17, consideration, discussion, possible vote for approval of declaration of salvage items to be disposed of by maintenance from the auditor's office. Brown, off executive desk, used asset, no asset or serial. Have a motion by Commissioner Brandon, second by Commissioner McNally. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong one. I wonder if it's on. Any questions? All in favor say aye. The ayes have it, it's unanimous, 5-0. Number 18, consideration, discussion, possible vote to approve the line item transfer budget amendments to the fiscal year 2023-24 budget.
That should have been a budget amendment, that should have been up on 7.
All right, we'll just move to 7. Or we want to approve that? You got it worded like an independent item, so that's why she put it on there. But we can just handle it when we do the budget.
Item number 19, consideration, discussion, possible vote to approve tax report on damaged hurricane flood.
Is this report will be amended when they do my building more?
Yes, it will be amended, yes. But that was what we had so far.
These people that want to come in and do a bunch of cleaning up and stuff for $25,000 and not even, they wasn't even gonna, fix the transfer switch.
Right. And
Have
since
we
we
not
have,
already covered all that with what DP's doing?
yes, I was gonna say, since DP got those bids and has those things, I would just hand that over to the insurance company and say, we've taken care of it with this pricing. And as long as I can get all the bids that he has gotten, we should be fine. But, I mean, we're not gonna meet the 50,000 at this point. I mean, it says 65,000, but
I don't know what you're thinking there, but, did we not, wasn't part of what we voted on earlier that DP had to do a lot of the touch up on the places where the water came in? It's not like it was all over the building, it was in a few spots in that jail. Yeah. Yeah, we get, okay. We don't need this $25,000.
right. Since he already got the quotes for
He's already got a bunch of ceiling tiles replaced and fixed.
right. He's already taken it. We've taken care of most of it in-house.
Well, if it has to rain while we're working the jail, back it right again. They come up with a proposal that they would approve. I mean, somebody that's affiliated with them now. They won't pay us $25,000 for what we're doing, that'd be great.
So, Martin, I didn't know the adjuster was coming out, but I need him to come by, the equipment building, because I've got 3 sheets of tin off of it.
Okay. We
So
will
when he
get in touch
goes
and
to
see
David,
when they come see David's come
Yeah.
see you too.
yeah,
Is there any others that we need to be
not on mine, that's on.
just you two? Okay.
We go down to 59, there's a guy down there at the spaghetti bowl, that's a big, yellow building. You can run in there with a float, slide 10 sheets on there.
Two I put in, next week. 1 week, 15 foot long. Here's 10 foot. 30, about 45 foot long. Track up.
What do you got, stuff stored in there? Yes. Yeah.
I put that in there.
We don't need no action on this?
I don't think so, sir. It's just as a presentation to make you know, to see what
Consideration, discussion, possible vote to approve to reallocate ARPA funds to be used on repairs for Simpson County.
Uh-oh.
That's how we plan on doing it.
Uh-oh.
I get a motion on that.
Will Tim, I'll make a motion.
I have a motion by Commissioner Barnes, second by Commissioner Brandon. And I appreciate you getting called and bringing this up, because we were sitting over there thinking, well, that's our money for the, to fix the courthouse. This is ARPA funds, and we designated $1 million to fix it. And they're federal funds. And we can still do that, but now we have a big emergency. The jail is in dire need of being repaired so we can get inmates back in it. stop paying $6,000 a day to house inmates and get the other inmates that will pay us probably, well, probably at least, probably about 60,000 that we were collecting. So that's $120,000 a month swing. As soon as we get this roof put back, provided that they'll send them back. I know Trinity's also send them back. Anyway, it's all well and good, in my opinion, to use and maybe have to use those funds to fix the jail, but all them thoughts about FEMA coming back in and saying, you know, we were going to turn it into FEMA because it was a disaster. Well, they're not going to pay us if we use the ARPA funds because that's a duplication of benefits. You're saying, you already got a pot of federal money over here, you want another pot and keep that for something else? Yeah, that's what we want. Well, they don't do that. And I very astutely pointed that out, and you're absolutely right. I don't know of any other way around it. We have some other funds that we might try to draw and use first before we used all the ARPA funds. Now, it probably has the same rules though. They're still federal funds, correct?
Well, I don't think FEMA's gonna pay. I mean, have they even said they're going to category C?
Well, in category B, they're not gonna say anything because we haven't done an RPA or anything for federal security.
Yes, we have. Yes, we have.
Did an RPA?
I think we should do it. Did it yesterday evening, about 7 o'clock.
Good.
$1 million. I said it's $1 million or less. Good. There's a confirmation request for public assistance done. I did that yesterday. Thank you.
Good deal, good job.
Good, so. Anyway, RPA is done. I sent y'all an email late. You probably hadn't even had a chance to see it. It's good to know that though, because it'd be terrible. We're sitting there thinking, when's that FEMA check coming? Well, it ain't coming. I mean, we may turn some flips and we might get some, maybe. But I don't think so. Not unless we're not going to spend over. We're just going to spend $367,000.
That's a big go there. That's what you do.
Yes. So, I'm trying to get to a point where when we make the motion, was that the only other identified source of funds? Was the LAT, whatever, 184 or whatever it was, 194? That paid for about half the roof. We done dipped into it for some radios. Is there any other sources that you've identified?
Just the ARPA funds were available. I mean, we'll have to go back.
That's right. That's right.
We got 2 sanitation bills we got, so that's over 200 right there.
We have money allocated to finish out this building over here for the sheriff's department. If, how much?
That was like, what, 183,000 for precinct 1,
For sanitation.
sanitation.
I'm not sure what you're asking, because I gave you all the numbers that we had. Well, he had told me about
I'm here at my disposal. And I know that we had money that we could do a budget amendment on for that building over there on Slade Street. I guess what I'm trying to get at, it might be an idea to use those funds first and then take whatever is left we need to take out of our funds.
But you can't use ARPA funds. She's already said that.
Man, do you think she's the end all, find all? We have a different opinion. We just voted to use them. Just because you made a mistake on the date, it's just, I believe I can overcome that hurdle. We voted. What you did was not authorized by the court. Just because somebody makes a topographical error, maybe it was intentional, I don't know, but it happened. But that doesn't contradict what the court voted to do.
So we had 100.
Why do you keep saying you can't use the funds? Because you can.
You have 124,000 plus that was left over from, right, and that's what he was just saying, that those are funds that were allocated to communication. Okay, so that was, those that we thought was unallocated are actually the ones that were allocated. So we had a million, 124,000.
Listen.
Money that we allocated, that was offered anyway?
No, I didn't think so, but that's all. What we're trying to do is identify sources of funds that, we borrowed it. Well, and if we borrowed it, we said we were going to use it for that purpose.
We didn't borrow just on that, we just borrowed a million. Right? We didn't say what we was borrowing for, we borrowed a million.
And a tax note.
To buy different things.
All I'm getting at is, it'd be better to use some of these non-ARPA funds. I don't think they're right, but if they are right,
I think there might be another way. Yeah.
I yield the floor. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I think we voted to move forward, let's just move forward and figure it out later. I mean, what's your fund balance, Commissioner? One?
What's yours?
Come on.
No, seriously, what's David's? I mean, just, I'm not sure I thought you had the buzz, I was asking.
We got
enough to fix it.
Well, I figured most of y'all probably, you do have big fund balances, but I figure you got projects you figure will let her rip.
Might have some more.
But let's move forward, and if we've got a problem, we'll fix it.
Well, we intend to use these funds, we need to vote to reallocate it. We absolutely can't use them if we don't change the allocation that we made before. They seem to think that's a big deal, and that's probably a prudent thing to do. If we end up,
I make the motion to move any amount of funds that we need from the courthouse funds, $1 million we put in the courthouse funds, from ARPA to fix the jail.
amen, and if we can find other ways to do it, then we don't have to use it.
I'll second that.
That's good, that's great. I agree. Okay, so I had a motion on the floor, but
It was just a favor.
I had a motion by Commissioner Marks and a second by Commissioner Brandon, and then we didn't ever get to a vote, so we've got, I guess it died. Then I have another motion by Commissioner Jacinto, seconded by, who'd you get? Commissioner McInerney. The motion that we're voting on right now is Commissioner Jacinto's motion to reallocate a sufficient amount of the ARPA funds to cover the cost of the jail.
Do you need an amount to put in the budget? No, I'm asking.
Well, we're
Just put
Let's see.
Cover the roof, cover the transfer switches. Make it easy. I just go.
900,000, well, you transfer switches.
Yeah, we're not gonna fix it, I mean, if we don't spend it, we just leave it in there.
There's times right now when we gotta have it allocated.
Okay.
And you cannot have spent it if you haven't done what we're doing right now.
$389,881.74 in the LSCF.
How much?
$389,881.74. That's in the LACTF fund. You got.
So everything coming out of it?
You got 183,000, that was the build out one in the sheriff. Bill don't care about it.
Much?
183,000. You got 29,000 precinct one sanitation, and you got 2,000
So, I guess what you're saying is we could spend the budget amendment on the, law enforcement build out and the LATCF fund without touching on it.
And, precinct two's got 40 and I got 29 in sanitation that could come out. What's another 70,000?
Here it is.
I think we're up to at least, if we've got the RPA and you get the sports or you get the then what we do, then you go in there and take some funds. Used to try to.
Hey, gentlemen. Motion on the floor is to use ARPA funds. I was trying to find another one down Brick Road.
I almost got thrown out of court, didn't I? Even though you said it,
Because the maintenance costs are great, the water is.
When do we have to have the funds? What's the magic word, Commissioner? Obligated.
The ARPA funds have to be obligated by December 31st of 2024. They have to be spent by December 26th.
You're saying we don't need to do this, and we can use our funds, that's fine. We're gonna use these other funds. We don't have anything lined up to use the other funds for. We can use LATCF and F or whatever it is.
You still have to follow the rules.
We are following the rules.
But those are available. There's not restrictions as far as what you can spend it on.
We had a purpose for the $1 million. This other, we hadn't even developed a purpose. If we can use them legally, fix the jail. It's a kind of no-brainer, huh? Y'all have?
It's an extra circle.
Yeah, well said. You say it's 384. I had it in my mind, this is 180.
It It's 2 years of 194. It is 300. 300.
It's 194 per year.
389. 881. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. That's good. That's good. How long we got to use that?
Right now it's indefinitely. They don't have a date on it, but that doesn't mean that they can't come back and say it needs to be spent.
40 of that for the radios already done.
Do what, Karen?
The 389, you use 40 of it for the radios, so you don't have 389.
You have 340.
And I think that's still a leg of art. I mean, that's
Well, that's what I, but still, we designate, we're gonna use that money, now we have a purpose for it, a great purpose. We can use the 389 and then do a budget amendment on the 183 and have the bill out to make up the gap. Fine. Those have never been specifically allocated. I think possibly instead of acting on, I don't know, 20. Instead of acting on 20, perhaps we should go back to 12 and make a motion or intent to use funds. That's what I like to do. Y'all. So are we for certain that we can't use it? But without the 100% sure, we cannot use it. We're not. On the 389 and the 183, we know that those haven't been allocated. So why not use them? We still got, wait, hold on.
Well, they're made of zero. The one part of this is our fund.
You're right.
So why don't we go on with the original motion, and then if we can't use it, if we 100% sure that we can't.
I'm not of that opinion at all. I know what we're going to do. The publisher made a misprint in the paper. We gave disclaimers to everybody. Nobody's complaining.
Right.
The bids are $200,000 or $300,000 over anyway. What much chance?
I think we need to leave it like it is, and if there is a problem and it comes back, we say that we can't use it, then we've got available funds to.
That law enforcement money for that bill out, we might ought to keep that over there because we're going to get some bills pretty quickly. They what are they billing us, monthly or what? When we pay that $6,000 a day, that's $180,000 a month. That's paid 1 month's rent from everybody else's jail.
We haven't received any bills yet.
Yeah, but they're coming.
I know they're coming.
We better just leave that alone. I'm with you, Commissioner.
We've already voted on it, let's leave it alone, move on.
Have we voted? No, we haven't. That was just. I got a motion by Commissioner Jacinto, a second by Commissioner McAnally. No, that's the wrong. No, that's it. That's it. Okay, yeah, that's item number 20. Any more questions? We've rode this horse to death. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it, it's unanimous, 5-0. Number 30, consideration, discussion, possible vote to approve proclamation for August 13th and every year thereafter declaring local Killing Action Appreciation Day in Simpson County. Is this tied to a statewide or national thing?
You know, we were talking about this last year, and just get back around to doing it.
So what, do you realize that's the birthday of Simpson County?
That's why I picked that.
Yes. You got two things coinciding.
That's what it's coincided to.
Seems like a good day to do this. We did talk about doing this. I don't know what happened.
It just got all this stuff going on.
I'll make the motion on second. Have a motion by Commissioner McNally, by Commissioner Jacinto, a second by Commissioner McNally, to approve a proclamation for August 13th of every year hereafter, declaring local Killing Action Appreciation Day in Simpson County. All in favor say aye. Any opposed? It's unanimous. 5-0. Whereas law enforcement officers, firefighters, and first responders bravely serve and protect our communities every day. Whereas law enforcement officers, firefighters, and first responders are committed to protecting their communities even in the face of personal risk to their own lives and safety. And whereas the work that law enforcement officers, firefighters, and first responders do is critical to the safety and security of Simpson County residents. Whereas law enforcement officers, firefighters, and first responders have also had to contend with an increase in terrorist activities, domestic and other, in Simpson County, and continue to tirelessly work to promote a safe environment and maintain order. And whereas since law enforcement officers, firefighters, and first responders, Kenny Bo Galloway, EOW 9/15/2005, Brian Pfluger, EOW 12/22/2019. Both officers died in the line of duty in Simpson County. And Paula Phillips, EOW in Shepherd, Texas, while working for Precinct 2 Road Bridge. That was back in '98, in my first year in office. Neil Adams, Deputy Constables and Environmental Officer, EOW 2/24/22, Houston, Texas, and Lonnie Nicholas of Shepherd Volunteer Fire Department. All gave to protect the ultimate sacrifice, whereas Simpson County recognizes the service given every day by the men and women of law enforcement, firefighters, and other first responders. And whereas Commissioners Court wishes to specifically recognize and show appreciation for law enforcement officers, firefighters, and other first responders in Simpson County by declaring August 13th as Hero Appreciation Day in Simpson County for making the ultimate sacrifice. Now therefore be resolved that the Commissioners Court of Simpson County declares law enforcement, firefighters, and first responders Hero Appreciation Day in Simpson County on August 13, 2024, and every year thereafter. Therefore, be it proclaimed that I, Fritz Farmer, Simpson County Judge in the Commissioners Court of Simpson County, do recognize August 13th and encourage our citizens to join in the celebration of this day, given under my hand the executive seal of Simpson County on this 7th day of August 2024.
Discussion of possible vote to approve release of funds to pay APDS 123C01 for EPA CDBG on pump storage tram CD 2021-2022 CDB 210367 pump storage tram road improvement.
Yeah, it's just a lot of words. It's not here yet. Y'all all have copies? If not, I have some extra copies handy. So like I said, that was a lot of words. In summary, what we're doing today is we're approving pay-apps 1 through 3 for Fostoria Tram Road improvements. Rebel contractors finished up that job about a month ago. There was some paperwork confusion, so we got all 3 pay-apps around the same time period due to some yellow reasons they wanted us to have. The retainer broke out as a final pay-app by itself, so that's why there's actually 3 pay-apps.
I think you had to frame these court.
So really, the main thing was the change order. And that's the last.
Change order, that's another
Yeah.
story, but I wouldn't wait on them 2 weeks to get them in the court, because
Understood.
you got the authority, once you sign off on them, then I can sign off on them.
So what ended up
I
happening?
usually check with my commissioner to make sure that he's happy with the progress that's been made.
Absolutely.
And you are,
So what ended up happening, and the reason we had the pay-apps is the change order impacts pay-app 1. It impacted the first pay-app, so we had to get the change order approved before we can even get started getting them paid. Luckily,
okay, so for the records, you put CO1 in there, and I said that CO1 means change order. And at all times, if when possible, and I recognize that I've said change order 1. So the change order for the overall. Sure.
Yes.
And a astute reader of agenda such as Mr. Deeter probably already knew what that meant, but the average person probably wouldn't realize what that meant. I didn't pick up initially. So the change order 5600?
Yes, sir. So there was some pipes that were not discovered until construction started that had collapsed underneath the road and weren't apparent at the time, so they were overrunning.
You get some of that when you go unearthing the dirt and see it all uncovered, it's caved in. So
That was part of the drainage issue that you were able to start in this area.
yeah, that's good.
That's crazy. Those
You were able to put it on the grant application instead of him just paying for that extra?
So actually, if you remember the grant, the construction portion of the grant was around $277,000, I believe. So there was already, when we accepted the bids and got into contract with Rebel, we were already over the grant amount by about, I think, $11,000. So this change order will push another $9,000 over that. I believe the commissioners going to pay for that somehow. Correct? Right. But it won't actually come out of the grant itself.
This is the one that we started years ago. It's like forever to get, by the time we got it. We need to fix the problem.
Sir? I got a motion by Commissioner Nixon. Second by Commissioner Brandon. Any other questions? All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it, unanimous, 5-0.
If I can just get y'all to send me a digital copy of those signed copies so I can get them divvied out to everybody, that'd be great. Just a digital copy will be fine. Thank y'all.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Sir.
This grant administrator, they got the schedule to get these cards.
We should have 31 items.
It's tagged.
32.
Oh my
Got
gosh.
32. All right, the next one. Done everything to pay the bills. Well, there's something we need to put here in the executive session.
It's tags. Look.
All right, at this time, it's come to my attention, there's some items that need to be discussed in executive session. Pursuant to Texas Government Code, Section 551, 071, 072, 0725, 074, 076, consult with a lawyer regarding any contemplated litigation, deliberation regarding real property, deliberation regarding contracts being negotiated, personnel matters, deliberation, employment, etc. of employees of dismissal of a public office, or deliberations regarding security devices and audits. Is that what this is? This time we're going to move back to 11. What are they doing? What they on? I didn't know anything about it. I'm very good. What out of it? 11. Oh, we're going to do that. No, we didn't act on all that. That's right. Consideration, discussion, possible vote to approve 2025 sheriff and constable fees report as required under the Texas Local Government Code Section 118.131. We didn't take any action. We just write us to report to the state what we do on our fees. We didn't take action. We're going to take action. Is that your recommendation to the court? Yes. Or you know that's the district clerk's recommendation, or you know. I have a motion by Commissioner Brandon, second by Commissioner Brandon. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Any opposed?
Yes.
You're opposed? No. You're for?
Yes, sir.
Ayes have it, it's unanimous, 5-0. Next, item number 6, do we have any bills? Consider approval of claims. Commissioner, you have approval of bills? I make a motion to vote bills. I have a motion by Commissioner Jacinto, a second by Commissioner McNally, to pay the bills. Any questions? All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it, it's unanimous, 5-0. So back on. Number was
Number 18, sir.
number 12. Number 12, I didn't mention this, but we've had, there's a document, 181, 122. Just for the record, we sent the bid proposals out to 22 different contractors.
23, Councilman.
23, that's great. That's Dylan, is the other one you mean?
Yes, sir, the one that we have here.
Yeah, because he has to, he wrote the scope. Anyway, we sent it out to 23, I'm making that part of the record, put that in the minutes, because we may get looked at for compliance with procurement rules, and you send it out to 23
three bids. We put it on the paper, and put it in the. Anyway, that's all I want to make that part of the record. Next item, number 7, consider approval of budget amendments and revenue certification. There's only one budget amendment I saw, and the one that was just. Yeah, what about them?
It's under number 7, or 18, if you're looking for it.
I pulled it out and said we were good, like, separately, so. I'll make a motion on the president. Second. I have a motion by Commissioner Jacinto, a second by Commissioner McInerney on the budget amendments. Any questions? All in favor say aye. Any opposed? The ayes have it, it's unanimous, 5-0. I think that's, we've got a lot accomplished today, gentlemen. I appreciate it. Yep. This is it. Sign this one, it's a copy, and this is if we got anything else, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. All in favor? It's now, it's 5:00.